Welcome to Primeval Predators. Today, we journey into the heart of Africa, exploring the deadliest river crossings and brutal survival hotspots. The African savannah is a realm of extreme contrasts, where life-giving water also hides the most terrifying and ruthless dangers. Rivers here are not just vital water sources. They are treacherous battlegrounds where every single drink could easily become your last. Beneath the calm and murky surface, ancient monsters patiently wait for the perfect moment to execute their sudden and deadly ambushes. Even the most formidable terrestrial hunters must tread carefully when approaching these perilous waters to quench their burning, relentless daily thirst. A magnificent leopard emerges from the dense brush, cautiously making her way toward the riverbank under the blazing, unforgiving midday sun. She is a master of stealth and agility, yet right now, she is highly vulnerable while lowering her head to drink. Her golden eyes scan the surrounding landscape, instinctively searching for any subtle ripples that might betray a hidden, lurking aquatic assassin. The water remains deceptively still, but a massive shadow slowly glides upward from the dark depths, completely unnoticed by the feline. It is a gigantic Nile crocodile, measuring over 4 meters long and weighing nearly a ton, preparing for a lethal strike. The reptile positions itself with terrifying precision, using its powerful tail to build immense kinetic energy beneath the muddy river surface. The leopard takes another sip, her sharp senses momentarily focused on the cool water rather than the imminent, explosive danger below. Suddenly, the river erupts in a violent explosion of water as the colossal crocodile launches its massive body into the air. Jaws lined with razor-sharp teeth snap shut with horrifying force, aiming directly at the delicate neck of the startled leopard. In a fraction of a second, the leopard relies on her unparalleled reflexes, instantly realizing the terrifying magnitude of the threat. She executes an incredible backward flip, defying gravity and twisting her agile body away from the snapping jaws of certain death. The crocodile's teeth clamp down on empty air, missing the leopard by mere inches in a truly breathtaking display of agility. Water splashes violently against the muddy bank as the heavy reptile crashes back down, its surprise ambush completely and utterly thwarted. The leopard lands safely on all fours, instantly sprinting away from the treacherous water margin to the safety of tall grass. She pauses to catch her breath, her heart pounding rapidly after surviving one of the most terrifying encounters in the wild. This incredible escape highlights the astonishing physical capabilities of the leopard, an apex predator known for its unmatched speed and flexibility. Pound for pound, the leopard possesses an incredibly strong bite force of 1,500 pounds per square inch in combat. This remarkable jaw strength allows them to easily hoist heavy prey high into the branches, keeping their hard-earned meals safe. However, even this impressive feline strength pales in comparison to the devastating, bone-crushing bite of the mighty adult Nile crocodile. The ancient reptile can generate an apocalyptic bite force of nearly 3.7 million pounds per square inch of pressure. Once those monstrous jaws securely lock onto a struggling victim, escaping their lethal grip becomes an absolutely impossible and hopeless task. The river remains a domain of absolute terror, a fact perfectly demonstrated during the epic annual migration across the Mara River. Thousands upon thousands of zebras gather nervously at the steep riverbanks, driven by ancient instincts to find fresh, green grazing lands. They hesitate, fully aware that the murky waters below conceal dozens of hungry crocodiles waiting patiently for the annual bloody feast. The tension in the air is palpable as the herd paces frantically, searching desperately for the safest possible crossing point today. Finally, one brave zebra takes the ultimate leap of faith, plunging into the swirling currents and initiating the massive, chaotic stampede. Hundreds of zebras follow instantly, their hooves churning the water into a blinding frenzy of white foam and desperate, frantic movement. The waiting crocodiles immediately mobilize, gliding silently through the chaotic currents like heavily armored torpedoes locking onto their vulnerable, clashing targets. They target the young, the weak, and the slow, exploiting the sheer panic of the crossing herd with ruthless, calculated efficiency. A massive crocodile lunges from the depths, its jaws snapping shut on the hind leg of a desperately struggling, terrified zebra. The zebra fights back valiantly, kicking wildly in a frantic attempt to dislodge the heavy predator and reach the muddy shoreline. But the crocodile initiates its infamous death roll, spinning violently to disorient its prey and drag it beneath the dark surface. The river quickly transforms into a brutal arena of survival, where every successful crossing represents a miraculous triumph over certain death. Those who make it to the other side emerge exhausted and dripping, leaving behind the unfortunate victims of the treacherous river. Yet, surviving the deadly river crossing is only the beginning of their trials, as new predators await them on solid ground. Far from the water margin, another dramatic battle for survival is about to unfold on the vast, unforgiving plains of Africa. A pride of hungry lions has spotted a massive herd of Cape buffalo grazing peacefully in the golden, sunlit savanna grass. The Cape buffalo is widely considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, armed with thick horns and aggressive tempers. An adult male buffalo can weigh up to 1,800 pounds, making it a formidable and highly risky target for lions. The lionesses fan out strategically, using the tall grass as perfect camouflage to slowly encircle an isolated, vulnerable member of the herd. They communicate with subtle glances and silent movements, coordinating their complex ambush with the precision of highly trained tactical military units. Suddenly, the lead lioness breaks cover, launching a lightning-fast sprint directly toward the massive, unsuspecting buffalo standing near the edge. The buffalo lets out a deep bellow of alarm, turning to flee as the rest of the lion pride quickly closes in. Dust billows into the air as the heavy hooves pound the dry earth, initiating a desperate, high-stakes chase across the plains. 3 lionesses leap onto the back of the fleeing giant, sinking their sharp claws deep into its thick, dark, tough hide. The combined weight of the predators finally brings the massive beast crashing to its knees in a cloud of swirling dust. It seems the battle is decisively over, but the lions have severely underestimated the incredible loyalty and sheer bravery of the herd. Hearing the distressed cries of their fallen comrade, the rest of the buffalo herd abruptly stops fleeing and turns aggressively around. Forming a solid, intimidating wall of horns and muscle, the herd charges furiously back toward the surprised and suddenly vulnerable lions. The ground shakes violently under the synchronized stampede of dozens of angry buffaloes, determined to rescue their trapped and injured companion. A massive bull leads the rescue charge, lowering his heavily armored head to deliver a devastating, bone-shattering blow to the predators. The lions are forced to scatter instantly, abandoning their hard-earned prize to avoid being trampled or impaled by the furious herd. One lioness barely escapes a lethal horn thrust, leaping nimbly out of the way just as the angry bull furiously charges past. The injured buffalo struggles back to its feet, bruised and bleeding but incredibly still alive, quickly rejoining the protective, unified herd. The lions sit in the tall grass, panting heavily and watching in deep frustration as their massive, heavy meal slowly walks away. This remarkable encounter perfectly illustrates the profound power of unity and collective defense against even the most formidable, apex predators on Earth. In the brutal theater of the African wilderness, survival is never guaranteed, and every single day brings a brand new, deadly challenge. From the treacherous, crocodile-infested rivers to the vast, open plains, the eternal struggle between predator and prey continues without any pause. Each species has evolved incredible adaptations, whether it is the lightning-fast reflexes of a leopard or the raw power of crocodiles. The sheer bite force of these ancient aquatic reptiles remains an unmatched evolutionary marvel, ensuring their absolute dominance in the murky waters. Meanwhile, the Great Migration serves as a stark reminder of the incredible sacrifices required to sustain the delicate balance of this ecosystem. Thousands of hooves have carved deep, permanent trails into the earth, marking the timeless, bloody roots of life, death, and endless renewal. And on the dusty plains, the fierce standoff between lions and buffaloes proves that sheer numbers and courage can defeat overwhelming odds. Nature is an unforgiving teacher, constantly testing the limits of endurance, strength, and intelligence of every creature that walks upon this land. As the golden sun begins to set over the vast African horizon, a temporary, uneasy peace finally settles over the blood-stained savanna. The predators retreat to the cooling shadows to rest and heal, while the vigilant prey herds remain constantly alert for nocturnal dangers. Tomorrow, the relentless cycle of life and death will begin anew, driven by the inescapable, primal hunger that dictates this wild kingdom. We have witnessed the breathtaking power, the terrifying ambushes, and the incredible resilience that define the true essence of these magnificent beasts. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling expedition into the heart of darkness, where only the strongest and smartest survive today. Until our next incredible adventure, stay wild and always keep exploring the untamed wonders right here on our channel, Primeval Predators Forever.